Like you're only break the code. I can see the vision. we've gone and how far we've come.
50 years we strong and more to come. More to come. More to come. Yeah. It's only up from here. More, more, more.
Pity Matnik.
It's 24 minutes onto 7 o'clock. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's a rainy Tuesday in Spiceland. Yeah, much needed rain, thanking God for that. It's Tuesday. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to see a brand new day. For this, we give you praise. Lord, we lift up our concerns, worries, and burdens before you, knowing that you are a compassionate and caring God. Give us the strength and courage to face our trials, knowing that you are with us in every step of the way. Fill us with your peace that surpasses all understanding, calming our hearts and reassuring us of your unfailing presence. Deliver us from the evil one and keep us safe from all harm, known and unknown. In the precious name of Jesus we pray. Amen, amen, and amen. And let's hear what the second one says. It's raining on the outside, and I'll wait to hear what the Met Office will say in the weather forecast this morning. Tuesday's blessing. Blessed be the Lord who daily bears our burdens, the God who is our salvation. May your Tuesday be filled with peace and joy. May God refresh your spirit, open doors of opportunity, and surround you with his love. Whatever you face today, may his presence go before you, his strength carry you, and his blessings overflow you in your life and in your home. And that's coming from Psalm 68 and verse 19. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. Lauren Salim, good morning to you, and teacher Joan. I hope you all are doing fine. Yulin is with us. Sherian Nichols woke up early this morning and is with us. Welcome, Sherian. All right, Yulin Swan is with us. Monica Meros Williams, Althea Edwards, Jillian McIntyre, Monica Meros Williams, Catherine Phillip, Michelle Daniel, Sylvina Charles, who else is with us? Mary E. Banks, Lucille Pascal, let me see, Mildred Smith, good morning. Joanne Brathwaite Batson, who are Joylyn Barry, good morning. Sonia Mathelin Scott, good morning. Petlin, good morning to you, and all the wonderful folks up there in Munich and Mamacan and surrounding areas. It's indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. Julie Allen, good morning. Doro Charles, good morning. Wow, some new faces coming on. Welcome. It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Yeah, the word of the day today, that word is develop. Develop, D-E-V-E-L-O-P, develop. That's the word of the day. Yeah. As we wait on the appearance on the television with the word of the day today, develop, D-E-V-E-L-O-P. It means to grow or improve, to grow or improve. And here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The parish continues to develop. Speaking there of the parish of St. David. St. David is really developing, yeah? It is, yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot of development is taking place in the parish of St. David, the Virgin Parish as they call it. Yeah, Davini Leo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Roxy Mark, Jillian Charles, wow, seeing some really new faces here, man. You know, you've made that wise choice, yeah? Stick and stay with us, man. You won't be disappointed that you made that switch, yep? So that was the word of the day, to develop. Yep. And just to reiterate it, all right, develop, to improve or to grow. KJ, good morning to you. How you doing? You and the family, the wonderful folks inside of Beaton. Yeah, good morning. Miss Gladys, Tanti, Paul. Boyo, good morning. Yeah. Welcome back home, man. Miss Remy, good morning to you and the Blackman family.
But leave me with Jesus.
Blackit, not Blackman, Blackit. Yeah.
Take away my mind.
Carl Pitty, nice it up. Carla, everybody, good morning.
You think
The motivational tip of the day is up next.
you can even take away my life, but nobody can take away my Lord.
So true.
Nobody can take away my Lord.
I want to tell you something, yeah? I want to tell you something. No matter what you're going through. Vicklin Morin, good morning. No matter what you're going through, when the going gets tough, let the tough get going. The folks inside of Mount Horn, good morning. Stalin Romaine and family. Larry Thomas and family, good morning. Right, real change, enduring change happens one step at a time. Real change, enduring change, it happens one step at a time. And it can happen starting today, starting now. Yeah, real change, change that endures, it happens one step at a time, not necessarily a quantum leap. You understand? No, not necessarily a quantum leap. It happens one step at a time. You make that decision that I am going to change that, and it didn't happen overnight. How you got there. It progressed. All right, so let your change be progressive likewise, starting with one step. That's all it takes. Destined to win, overcomer, good morning. Peter Joseph. Yeah, Joylyn is going to drink some cocoa. Yeah, it's going to warm me up. I'm going to have me some coffee. Awesome. Yeah. Yolan wishes the same for St. Andrew Northeast. Nothing much is happening. Well, you know what? You know what they say, representation time is coming, People, the candidates are coming for their job interviews shortly. Yeah, coming to, ask you to endorse them and give them your support to employ them. Well, in the job interview, that's where you make that decision. Yeah. Let's stop being fanatical about this partisan politics thing. I was having a wonderful conversation with Joseph Kador. I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. And, it was a wonderful conversation. You vote with your conviction, not with the one who makes the most noise. I don't know about you, but that's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? with the pros and the cons. Yeah, Julian Charles says, good morning to my beautiful family in 473, to my grandchildren. I love you guys so much. Happy Tuesday. Good blessed day to you all. Have a wonderful and beautiful day in a beautiful country forever. Yeah. All right, what's buzzing? Let's see what's buzzing this morning. Okay, Nawasa says water supply still recovering despite return of rain. And Grenadian businesses showcase projects at Regional Food Forum. In the region, St. Lucia and St. Kitts citizens face Ireland visa requirement. Internationally, Middle East tensions continue after U.S.-Iran deal. And in sports, Iran frustrated by travel and visa issues at the 2026 World Cup. Those are the buzzing stories, and they'll be coming up momentarily. Yep. Daddy Godwin, good morning to you. Miss Joan, Kathy and Kenneth, Solange, Zuri. Yeah. Good morning, Jerry, Archie, Daisy, Dahlia, Poddy, Skeeter, Nigel. Oh my goodness, that's a big family, boy. Yeah, good morning to the family, man. You know, life is worth living. You know, take it one step at a time. And yeah, one step at a time, one day at a time, step by step. Yep. It is indeed a good day to have a good day. The folks inside of Tivoli and Hermitage, good morning. Ahoma, good morning. Zobi Duncan, Matthew Pegleg, John and family. The folks inside of La Portrie, good morning. The Carrot family in Simoon, good morning. Mammy Quinn, good morning to you. Innocent, things happening all over. I don't believe that. That's not true. Yeah, I don't believe that. That's not true. Well, my dearie, the person is speaking from their eyes, what they're seeing, what they're feeling, all right? So, and that's where the problem starts, you know, when people want you to say what they want you to say. You understand? Say what they want you to say, not what you see, what will you want. You understand what I'm saying? Let's do it. It's individualistic. I am seeing whatever I'm seeing. That's what I am seeing. That's one thing. No lawyer or no magistrate can tell you that you saw this or you didn't see it. That's personal. You are not seeing it, then you're not seeing it. Good morning to the GBN family. Blessings to all. Mr. Joseph, Mr. Gordon Joseph, have a great day. Thank you, Joseph Ross. Yep. Folks, the morning edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
To help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you. No, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands. We got everything we need. 'Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you run, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? At MyFi, we say let's go. MyFi provides micro and small loans tailored for entrepreneurs just like you. Whether you need new equipment or extra stock, our terms are fast, easy, and built for your success. As a responsible lender, we will ensure that our services are affordable and at the same time promote growth and sustainability. Visit us at the corner of Halifax and Cross Streets or call 435-1122 or 435-1123 or 24. MyFi, empowering your business and your freedom.
This is the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, 16th June 2026. In the headlines, Nawasa says water supply still recovering despite the return of rain. And Grenadian businesses showcase projects at the Regional Food Forum. In the region, St. Lucia and St. Kitts citizens face Ireland visa requirement. Internationally, the Middle East tensions continue after U.S.-Iran deal. And in sports, Iran frustrated by travel and visa issues at the 2026 World Cup. The details to these and more right after these messages.
Looking for the perfect pre-carnival fete? Then get ready for Rhythm and Spice, a Rotary brunch experience happening Sunday, June 28th from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Quarantine Point Recreational Park. Enjoy an afternoon of bold flavors, vibrant rhythms, and unforgettable vibes featuring Sakina and the Alpha One Band, plus guest artists and DJs. Early bird tickets are just $200 and available now on GoToFet.com. Dress code Brunch Chic, Island Elegance with Spice-inspired tones. Hosted by the Rotary Club of Grenada. Proceeds support Rotary Community Projects. Rhythm and Spice, Sunday, June 28th, Quarantine Point Recreational Park. Sip, savor, socialize, support.
The Ministry of Agriculture White Potato Production Initiative is an OECS sub-regional project aimed at reducing Grenada's reliance on imported white potatoes, which in 2025 had an imported value of over 4.5 million EC dollars. The White Potato Production Initiative is part of the Ministry of Agriculture's food security drive and is being undertaken with the simultaneous cultivation of other crops such as sweet potatoes, pineapples, coconuts, carrots, and other vegetables. Other OECS countries like Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines are already at an advanced stage in white potato production, with Dominica completely cutting the import of white potatoes during the first quarter of 2026. Grenada is now preparing to advance production for better output in 2027. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, ensuring food and nutrition security for all.
Good morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph as we welcome Graphics and his audience from Hot 98 FM. In the local news, Nawasa says one of the most severe dry seasons in recent years created a water production deficit of up to 1.5 million gallons per day across the island. Manager of the authority's Production and Quality Department, Todd Labari, says reduced river flows affected several key water treatment plants, particularly on the south and eastern sides of Grenada, where demand is highest. According to Labari, some systems experience production declines of up to 45%, resulting in a shortfall equivalent to roughly a quarter of the island's daily water demand. He says the situation has forced the authority to implement valve regulation and water rationing measures to manage limited supplies. While Grenada has entered the rainy season, Nawasa says rivers, catchment, and storage systems will take time to recover, and the authority continues to monitor production levels closely. Two Grenadian agribusinesses have been selected to showcase their projects to regional investors at the Regional Food Systems Investment Forum in Barbados. Akata Farms Limited and Grenada Grows Limited earned spots in the forum's exclusive deal room pitch, where businesses present investment opportunities aimed at strengthening food systems across the Caribbean. Organizers say participating companies were assessed on investment readiness, commercial viability, potential impact, and their ability to scale their operations. The forum is focused on attracting private investment to agriculture and food systems as Caribbean countries seek to reduce their dependence on imported food and strengthen regional food security. That's the local news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, they are straight ahead. In the region, Ireland has introduced new visa requirements for citizens of St. Lucia and St. Kitts and Nevis. The measure, which took effect on June 15th, also applies to nationals of Nicaragua and requires travelers from the three countries to obtain a visa before entering or transiting through Ireland. The decision comes amid increased scrutiny of citizenship by investment programs in parts of the Caribbean and follows changes made earlier this year by the United Kingdom to its travel authorization system. Now, looking further afield, tensions remain in the Middle East despite a recently announced agreement between the United States and Iran. Iran has warned that any future Israeli attack on Lebanon or continued occupation of Lebanese territory would violate the interim agreement reached with Washington. However, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israeli troops will remain in southern Lebanon, highlighting ongoing disagreements despite the diplomatic breakthrough. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says he expects United Nations nuclear inspectors to return to Iran. Iranian media report that several oil tankers and cargo vessels have already passed through the strategic waterway following the lifting of U.S. naval restrictions. And that concludes the regional and international segment of news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Sporting fans, a good morning to you. Iran's head coach Amir Ghaloni has described his side as the most oppressed team at the World Cup, citing travel difficulties, visa issues affecting members of the backroom staff, and the absence of federation officials and media representatives. Speaking after Iran's 2-2 draw with New Zealand, Ghaloni said the team had expected to remain overnight in Los Angeles before returning to its training base in Mexico. Instead, players and staff were instructed to leave immediately after the match. Team captain Mehdi Taremi also expressed frustration, calling the situation a disaster and urging FIFA to provide greater support to the Iranian team. And finally, in local football, Paradise FC has climbed to the top of the Premier League standings following the latest round of matches. The team now leads the table with 10 points, level with St. David's FC, which sits second on goal difference. FC Camahorn remains in third place on 7 points, while Queen's Park Rangers FC has moved up to fourth with 6 points. Defending champions St. John Sports are fifth, followed by Hurricanes SC in sixth place. Hard Rock FC sits seventh with 3 points, while SAFL and Saab Spartans have 1 point each. Honved FC remains in search of its first points of the season. In the race for the Golden Boot were Joshua Isaac of Paradise FC and Benjamin Etienne of Queen's Park Rangers FC lead the way with 6 goals apiece. That's the sports. We'll have more sports in our luncheon and primetime newscast. To stay with us, the weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
The latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster Cassia Johnson at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Cassia.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday, 16th June 2026. Currently at the airport, conditions are cloudy with a chance and showers. Winds are calm. Pressure 1016.5 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature 25.7 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 94%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.6 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 23.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 18.0 millimeters of rainfall at the airport, which brings the total for the month to 41.1 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be mostly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder, improving during the afternoon. Today's maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in northeast to easterly swells. A small craft advisory is in effect. Tides are currently falling and will be low at 11 a.m., high at 5 p.m. Sunset today 6:33, sunrise tomorrow 5:43. Again, the weather is expected to be mostly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder, improving during the afternoon. A small craft advisory is in effect. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
Thank you very much, Cassia. Have yourself a wonderful day now. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
It's game on. And you may not be able to predict the scoreline or who will win each game. And you sure can't predict who will be the champion. But what is predictable is that Quartz has what you need to watch the games the way you want to every time. It's game on. Quartz, bringing value home.
It's 3 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Nawasa says water supply still recovering despite return of rain. Grenadian businesses showcase projects at Regional Food Forum. In the region, St. Lucia and St. Kitts and Nevis face Ireland visa requirements. Internationally, Middle East tensions continue after U.S.-Iran deal. And in sports, Iran frustrated by travel and visa issues at the 2026 World Cup. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday. Rainy Tuesday it is. It is the 16th day of June. And on behalf of the entire news department and everyone who made this newscast possible, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive and safe day. Remember, it's raining, so walk with your gear, your umbrellas, your raincoat. Don't let the children leave home without them. And I just want to invite you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. Graphics and your team, a pleasant day to you all. Have a good day, everybody.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store, or call 442-8602, 459-4325, or 416-8467 for further information.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
We search for brilliance, looking far, asking wide, not realizing it's been right here all along. Makers, storytellers, dreamers shaping color, rhythm, and vision into something only Grenadians can create. But for too long, we've been working in the dark, hidden, overlooked, out of reach. Until now, Goka's Creative Directory brings everyone, creatives, businesses, and the community into one connected space. Find the artist who understands your vision, the jeweler whose craft speaks for itself, the storyteller and musician whose work reflects who we are. Visit us at creativeaffairs.gov.gd. Your next collaboration is only one search away.
All right, folks, it's now 12 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time I'm happy to join Sergeant Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Sarge.
A pleasant morning to you and also to our lovely listeners this morning. It is always a pleasure, and this morning is no exception, where we let persons know what is happening as it relates to traffic-wide throughout the tri-land states of Grenada, Carriacou, and Fifi Martinique. And this morning, at this particular moment, most of the traffic along our nation's road, we do have a light flowing traffic in most of the areas. In some cases, we do have light to moderate. And we do expect that it will increase slightly as we get closer to 8 o'clock hour. But as we take a closer focus on the area of St. George, and we know most of the areas, especially as we start in the area of Calavini, we do have a light to moderate traffic coming from that area at the particular moment. As we take a closer look at we heading on towards the Springs direction, that traffic is lightly flowing as that traffic diverts into the Grandlands and also to the Springs area, so that it's already light in that area. So persons coming from that area know what to expect as they're coming from the eastern side, but the Calavini direction. Persons are coming from the St. Paul's direction. We do have a moderate flowing traffic in that area. And as it gets closer to the Lucas Street roundabout, we see that it have a slight increase, but nothing to be alarmed of at this moment. In the area of Cherry Hill, coming out from that side, we do have a light flowing traffic from that side. Also, traffic along the Tempe, Mountain Access area, light traffic at this moment. But what we do know is that in the area coming out from the Grenada direction, there seems to be some, we had some challenges there yesterday afternoon as well, and into this morning, where the Nawasa project continues, and we had some serious challenges as it relates to traffic congestion in that area yesterday morning, which we had to implement some traffic plan in the area, so that persons will definitely have to take some diversion. So as it relates to that area, and I'll let persons know right away that if you're coming out from the Granite Tank direction, you will have to make some diversion due to the Nawasa project, where they have still have debris, some part of the road are still dug up, and there's equipment still there that persons have to now take the necessary diversion onto for the persons who know the Melrose Road, you can use the Chantilly Road and exit onto the Ravine Road, for persons who know that road. And also you can, if you're heading to the Tempe direction, you can also head onto the area which we call the Hills of Eyes and exit onto that road there from the Lamode Chantilly Road. If you're coming out from the Grenville direction, that is one of the access roads that you can use to exit. If not, you will have to use the Monkuma Road and exit onto Boucheju and come down from Happy Hill, which is the most longer road, but is one of the most safer roads in terms of the width of the road. So persons, please take note this morning. The traffic flowing in the direction of Granite Tank from St. George will flow as normal, due to how that road is constructed and so on. So persons, please take note as it relates to the flow of traffic if you have to if you're coming from the Granite Tank direction. But as it stands, the traffic there is moderately flowing, just with the obstruction that we start seeing slow-moving traffic, and we know the condition that it will be a bit muddy and soggy in that area as well. So please take your time as you come from the Granite Tank direction. That is one of the most challenges that we have this morning in the St. George's area. But so far, most of the areas, as we stated, are likely to moderately flowing traffic in most of the areas. As we take a look at the accident rate for the past 24 hours, we do have a total of 7 minor accidents reporting in Trial State of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimartinic. And then there are as follows. The traffic department had 2. Carriacou had 1 minor. The Grenville had 2 minor as well. And the South St. George Police Station, 2 minor. So definitely giving us a total of 7 reported minor accidents in Trial and State of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimartinic. And that leads me to the point where I have to let persons know as it relates to their manner and mode of method of driving. And this morning, it is a wet morning. We had some rainfall last night, where we had some debris falling in the area of Cherry Hill. So persons, we ask that you'll be mindful, especially in those rockfall areas, that we have to drive cautiously, be observant, extra observant this morning, because we know once rainfall and these loose muds start getting looser, we may have landslide, rockfalls, etc. So in those areas, especially the western sides, are prone for these sorts of incidents. We have got to be extra careful and cautious while you're driving along those areas. But just pay particular attention, because we know rain and so forth, especially on times like when certain areas rain are falling at the moment, because behind me where I am, I'm in the area of the Calvini side, and rain, it is drizzling lightly, so we ask persons to be extra cautious along the road. You may not see potholes, you may not see certain things once water is in the road and so on. So we have to be extra careful and make sure that our wipers are working properly. So this is a good time to test the wipers to make sure that you are, when they're working and have heavy rainfall, that you can be able to see properly. If not, head on to one of the big stores and get you a pair of wiper blades so that you will be able to withstand the weather condition as we head into the hurricane season. We, as a process, be prepared for that as well. So that we can be in a position that we may be able to respond, be able to take the necessary action when we have to. So as we wrap things up, as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, we know that the traffic will definitely increase in most of the areas. But however, we know that the traffic department always try to be proactive in having persons in necessary places so that we can avoid, or not just avoid, but we can make the traffic a lot easier for persons so as we regulate it to get a more cushion effect of the traffic. But nonetheless, we cannot avoid traffic congestion as we normally say. But we pray that we do have a sense of easement as we get along our nation's road. Anything from you this morning before we wrap things up?
The truck on top of the hill, that is a problem. People are meeting me and still complaining. As a matter of fact, a goodly gentleman said we should never import what we cannot move.
That is a good point, but the authorities will do what they have to. Just as yesterday, I again engaged officers from the St. Louis police station, which the driver was. What I do know is that the driver was informed, and we will do what is necessary to have this vehicle moved, because the load is still in it, like I was told. So we are working with the driver. The St. Louis police station are working to have the truck removed, and by any means necessary due to the size and of the truck as well. So we're working on that, and I trust that the public patience be taken into consideration, and we definitely will try our best to have it moved with some order.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I had at the tip of my mind. Just again want to encourage drivers. The traction on the road would be much less today with the rain and so forth. So please drive with extra care and diligence, and look out for that person who might not be looking out for you. That's all.
Absolutely. And I think it's a time where we ask drivers, ensure that your tires are working properly. Make sure you have good tires. Not tires work. Make sure you have good tires. So take a look at your tires and make sure and ask yourself, is my tire in good condition?
Well, yeah.
Or then head on to one of the tire stores and get you some proper tires as we face the weather conditions.
Thank you very much, Sarge. You have a great day. Let's ask the question. If you are texting or doing anything else when you're supposed to be maneuvering that vehicle, then the question remains.
Who is driving?
Who's driving?
Let's ask that question this morning. Who is driving as you face the weather condition?
Don't text and drive. Have a good day, Sarge.
You as well and your entire team.
All right. Folks, that has been the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we commence the conversation. Don't you go anywhere.
At 5 p.m. on August 5th, 1944, the schooner Island Queen sailed out of the St. George's Harbor. On board were some of Grenada's brightest and best sons and daughters. What happened afterwards remains a mystery.
Where Island Queen gone?
Heritage Theatre Company presents Lucy's Straw Hat, a full-length drama written and directed by Chris DeRiggs, a moving story about a family caught up in the drama of this great mystery. Meet Mammy Sylvie, a woman with a secret too heavy to keep but too painful to reveal.
Asking for forgiveness for not telling you the truth.
Pa John, the war veteran.
Sometimes I sit here feeling so helpless, so crushed.
Hyacinth, always ready to do mischief.
You don't see the woman Uncle Norris married. She face ugly enough to turn milk.
Lucy, beautiful and headstrong.
I had a dream, Mommy, but Hyacinth was there,
holding my hand.
Lucy's Straw Hat at Grenada Trade Center on Saturday 13th and Sunday 14th June, and at the Luke Cinema on Saturday 20th and Sunday 21st June. All shows 7 p.m. Advance tickets $60, $75 at the door. Come join us.
Where Island Queen gone?
Grenada, get ready for this one as Megaforce Promotions presents Slip and Slide, the concert. Saturday, 20th June, National Cricket Stadium. Gates open 6 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. And what's so special? Holland, international dancehall superstar Masika. Money nothing to make me a provider. Buy your deal and buy the designer. Masika. I saw she slip, I saw she slide on. What a girl can ride on. Alongside Javinci. Also performing live from Grenada, Tarpri Jr., Sakina and the Alpha One Band, Little Natty and Thunder, Buba 473, Sam Dan. Early bird tickets cost $100 until June 12th. It's $120 after, or you pay more at the door. Slip and Slide, the concert, Saturday 20th June. No one should miss. Masika. I saw she slip, I saw she slide on. Masika. Good morning. It's 25 minutes after 7 o'clock, and I was expecting a guest this morning. However, I don't know if it's the inclemency of the weather, but that person is not here as yet. So guess what? There's something that I was intent on raising yesterday, but I went a different direction. Now, I want us to look at this, the emergency response, and we're talking health emergency now, as it relates to the ambulance and so forth. Now, I witnessed something on Saturday. Right, there was a vehicular accident in the Pedmota area, and two vehicles collided, and getting there, just coming from my medical thing myself, and getting there was one of the occupants of the vehicle, a lady, was lying on the ground. And I'm telling you the story, and then I want to hear from you how we can, what we can do, what the authorities can do to remedy that situation. One of the occupants of the vehicle, a lady, was laying on the ground, and when I got there, there were just about two vehicles there. And I was told that the call was made. Now, shortly thereafter, the St. Paul's police came, all right, and then subsequently the St. David police came. But the lady was lying on the ground and was groaning in pain. Then I was told that the call was made for the ambulance and so forth, but then there's a procedure in place. When the call is made requesting the ambulance, all right, then the authorities need to call the ambulance driver to come get the ambulance and then go get a nurse to accompany them to the scene of the accident. This, to me, it's not right. It's not right. That's like having the funeral and the praise, in colloquial terms. What can be done to remedy this? In my opinion, if you're on call as a driver of the ambulance or the nurse that is in an emergency situation, you should be on call. It's like the firemen, they're always ready. As the siren goes, they're ready to run. All right, so what do you think? I'm not here to blame anybody. That if that's the system, that's the system, but that system to me is flawed. All right, What are your suggestions? How can we remedy this situation? The numbers to call, you know it, 435-2041. That's on our landline and also our WhatsApp number. Give us a call, 435-2041. Have you ever experienced something like that? What are your suggestions? All right, we're not here to beat up on anybody or any system. We're looking for solutions to make that situation better. For want of using a bigger word, to change that methodology of doing it. All right, there must be a more efficient way of doing that. So give me a call, 435-2041, and let's hear your take on this. Yeah, that's the number, 435-2041. Good morning, Mr. Danley Alexis. How are you doing, my brother? Hope all is well. Let's go to the telephone line right away. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Is it possible that you could ask the announcer to give the weather forecast again?
Well, we did I am the announcer. We did the weather forecast live from the Met Office already. Is it anything specific you'd like to know?
No, I just wanted to know. I'm a sick person in bed, and I wanted to know what the weather was today.
Okay, let me just go back via an email that was sent. We had the weather forecast live, but let me accommodate this. All right, the mostly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. Now that will improve during the afternoon. All right, the maximum temperature today is expected to get up to 30.5 degrees Celsius. The winds are coming from the easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. But I think you're more interested in the forecast, right? It's going to be cloudy and with light to moderate showers. There's also the possibility of isolated thunder, but that is expected to improve during the afternoon period, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, dearie. Get well, okay?
Right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right, folks, it's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's what we do. Ready and able. Classic, good morning.
Good morning, Gordon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Talk to me.
We, John Public, is tired of this nonsense. This thing has been going on for too long. And every time an incident occurs, we come and we talk about it for 2 days, and nothing, absolutely nothing is done to fix the problem. And it's not a difficult problem to fix.
Let's hear your suggestion. How do you...
You have the ambulance that is there in the hospital or wherever it is. You need to have a driver on hand every time, every hour, right? It is that simple, you know.
Okay.
And I think that from the Minister of Health, come right down the chain, people have to be reprimanded for that. We the public, and it's not about, because we put everything into yellow and green, blue and orange. It's not about that. It's about saving lives. Because, Gordon, you could have been in that woman's situation. I could have been. You call for an ambulance and there is no driver. This is nonsense in this 21st century. And more of us as John Public, we need to demand change. Fix it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 28 minutes on to 8 o'clock. 435-2041. Give us solutions, all right? We're not intent on beating up anybody. We're just looking for solutions. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you?
I am alive and so thankful. How about you?
I'm pretty all right, man. I'm doing my chores as usual, whatever I have to do when the day comes.
Lovely, lovely.
However, Mr. Joseph, we seem to have individual problem. Now, in the scenario that you just outlaid there, you have the ambulance, you have the driver, you have nurses, whatever. The issue here is, do we understand the nature of that incident and what is required? So once you understand the nature of the incident, the time in which you respond would depend on your mindset, your outlook, because you have assessed that situation. Secondly, an ambulance driver, that must always be ready. Nurses, that's medical professionals, they must always be ready. And upper management or protocol in management must be in place so that your time of response would and can be considered the golden 10 minutes. In the incident that you outlaid, do you see that the golden 10 minutes is mindful in the people or the area of the persons who is involved to respond? I'll leave that question with you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 26 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's take this call via our WhatsApp platform. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. Okay, we seem to be experiencing some difficulties with our WhatsApp platform. I don't know if the weather is interfering with us this morning, but nonetheless, we'll endeavor to get it resolved. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
There is no geometry there, you know. If you have an ambulance driver, there should be a crew together. The ambulance driver and its crew with the nurse on call. No geometry. You get an emergency call with an accident, the crew move one time. You have to look for nobody. Have a good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. 435-2041. That is the number that you can call. Good morning. Okay, we're having connectivity issues with the WhatsApp. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Good morning. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why, but let's do this. Okay. 435-2041. The weather is inclement and it seems as though so to our systems. Good morning to my dear friend, the McQueens right there in Pedmuta. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Innocent, good morning. How are you?
I am alive and very thankful. How are you?
All right. I don't want to speak on the question of the ambulance this morning. Innocent, that truck. You have been complaining about that truck. And 2 weeks ago, I saw that truck for myself on top of that hill there, in a precarious position. And you're telling me that the police cannot do anything, or they're taking so long to do something about it, and talking and talking and talking? Come on, we need to do better than that in this place.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Someone says here, morning. I think the possibility of paramedics personnel should be put into consideration. Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so too. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Thank you very much, caller. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, and how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
I'm there with a little flu, but I'm holding on.
Hold on tight, mommy. Hold on. Talk to us.
Yes, concerning the scenario you gave, Innocent, in my opinion, it all depends on the response of the patient. Because in my opinion, I think if somebody's on the side of the road, if they don't have severe bleeding or they're unresponsive and so forth, then you can wait on an ambulance, because there's something that must determine if we leave a patient on the side of the road to die because there is an ambulance, because the ambulance can't really save your life. It's the persons who have the knowledge to know what to do at the time. So, for example, if the person have an accident and there is heavy or severe bleeding, we as citizens, or we could call even the Red Cross, if we can't get you to the hospital, to have some hotlines so persons could call, and where they could be kept on the phone to direct a civilian as to what to do. The person have heavy bleeding, okay, you get a clean cloth, you apply pressure so that to avoid the person from losing too much blood. Is the person unresponsive or they're not breathing? Is somebody around there that can do CPR so that they can be directed by someone in the hospital telling them exactly what to do while they await the ambulance? But if the person is not really in danger as it relates to being unresponsive, not breathing or bleeding heavily, and spinal injury. Spinal injury we wouldn't know as civilians. So my take is that whatever opportunities that are there for us to go to learn first aid as a Grenadian. As Grenadians, we should embrace the opportunity because we can help save lives, and our police should be trained in this first-hand situation. There's a name for it. It can't come right now, but a police should be able, some of them should be trained and be able to deal with this first responding situation so they too can communicate directly with the hospital. As I've seen, it is not movies. You're on the phone and the medical person guiding you through the process, telling you exactly what to do.
Okay.
You know, you even look like places like in the United States. A child call 911, and she on the phone, mommy's not breathing, and they keep the child on the phone telling the child what to do so the child don't panic. But what happens to us? Many a times people fall sick or we see a little blood, we panic. So I think we need to embrace the opportunity for training so we could help each other, get our transportation, and take the person to the hospital once they're not in a critical condition.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. Let's accommodate this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, you're talking to the people on the WhatsApp.
Yes. Good morning. What's up? Good morning.
Thank you very much, sir. Morning, sir.
How are you? Okay, talk to us.
Did I hear you right? Did I hear you say that a horse has to be involved in the process?
Say that?
Emergency?
A what?
There's a horse, the funeral home horse.
A horse?
Did I hear you say that? What you call that the people come to the funeral home?
No. No. No, I didn't say that. I don't think so.
Sorry. I thought I heard it. Anyway, I heard the issue to back then. The whole issue of emergency is quickness of time. So if you don't have a driver in place at all times, it's a waste of time you're talking about. I remember calling 911 one night about 15 times. Nobody ever answered. I'm serious about that.
Wow.
Sometimes you go to the office, I went to the office, government office, and I let the phone ring not possible. And about 15, 20, 30 times. I'm telling you, I do delivery to see what actually is happening within the system. And that's the problem that is shown here with the point earlier on. How do you explain that? So you have a system in place where the driver of the ambulance has to move someone in. That is, the driver has to be there at all times. Nothing has to be there on call for that purpose along with the ambulance at normal time.
Right.
So I'm yet to understand why that would not be question right now. If you listen to what is happening, and that should be very you and simple. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. All right, folks, it's 17 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. We take, all right, we'll take that other call right here, and then we'll go to, let's take that commercial break now. The guest that I've been expecting is finally here, so we take that commercial break, and when we get back, we'll start that conversation. Stick and stay with us.
At 5 p.m. on August 5th, 1944, the schooner Island Queen sailed out of the St. George's Harbor. On board were some of Grenada's brightest and best sons and daughters. What happened afterwards remains a mystery.
Where Island Queen gone?
Heritage Theatre Company presents Lucy's Straw Hat, a full-length drama written and directed by Chris DeRiggs, a moving story about a family caught up in the drama of this great mystery. Meet Hyacinth, haunted and always ready to do mischief.
Rich man, he'll make him sign for you?
Lucy, beautiful and headstrong.
I had a dream, Mommy, but Hyacinth was there, holding my hand.
Lucy's Straw Hat at Grenada Trade Center on Saturday 13th and Sunday 14th June, and at the Luke Cinema on Saturday 20th and Sunday 21st June. Advance tickets $60, $75 at the door. Come join us.
Where Island Queen gone?
This advertisement is sponsored by Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited.
For Grenada to realize its true potential, we must all be a part of nation building. From every corner of the world, our sons and daughters carry the spirit of the Spice Isle in their hearts through culture, innovation, investment, and service. Now is the time to come home to your beautiful Tri-Island state, to reconnect with our roots, share our knowledge, to inspire our youth, and to help shape a stronger, more resilient economy for generations to come. We are all part of the collective journey to shape the future of our nation. Together, we are building a nation we are proud of, a nation defined by opportunity, unity, and purpose. Grenada is more than a place on the map. It is our heritage, our future, our home. We look forward to welcoming you.
The month of June will come alive. 4 years ago, we made a decision to move our nation forward. Now, we are stronger and more determined than ever before.
Unity is strength, and we getting stronger.
On Sunday, June 21st, the National Democratic Congress invites you to the biggest celebration of progress, hope, and people-centered leadership at the Monrouge Plainfield for the NDC's 4th anniversary mega rally.
Yellow fever.
Under the powerful theme, 4 years stronger, you, me, us. Thousands will gather in one voice, one heart, and one vision for Grenada's future.
Now we give them yellow, 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 yellow fever.
Come hear the leadership shaping tomorrow. The Most Honorable Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, Honorable Andy Williams, the South Boss, Honorable Ron Redhair, Senator Claudette Joseph, Honorable Philip Telesford, and more. Experience live performances, electrifying energy, powerful messages of transformation, and the unstoppable spirit of the people of Grenada as we celebrate fathers across the nation and the world. Contact your constituency office for transportation. Bring your flags, bring your family, and most importantly, bring your yellow. Sunday, June 21st from 5 p.m. NDC Mega Rally 2026. 4 years stronger. You, me, us.
Things happening.
Emancipation Weekend. Freedom takes the sea. The Media Workers Association of Grenada invites you aboard Unscripted, the Freedom Edition, Friday, July 31st. Step into an unforgettable night of music, vibes, culture, and connection aboard the ultimate summer cruise experience. Meet your favorite media personalities, party under the stars, and celebrate freedom the unscripted way aboard the Ecstasy. Boarding is at 7 p.m., sailing at 8 p.m. Dress code Freedom Chic, bold, stylish, unapologetically you. Tickets are limited and going fast. Get your tickets online at GoToFet and at recognized ticket outlets. Unscripted, the Freedom Edition, because the best stories are the ones you never planned.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It is 11 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and I'm joined by my guest at this time. As I was telling him, he's a gentleman that I see all the time, and just by the way he's attired, I am impressed with him already, but now I'm getting to know his real name, Dr. Stephen Fletcher. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, morning.
You could say innocent.
Yeah. Morning, innocent, and morning to all your listeners and viewers. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for accommodating me.
Yeah.
And I know we have shortened time, but that's on me.
Well,
it's my bad.
Yeah. Well, the truth be told, if the conversation is meriting a little extra time, we can do that.
I will try not to impose anyhow because my bad.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity.
The pleasure is ours here. That's what we do here at the GBN. You're a gentleman that wears many hats. This morning, we're talking primarily about a round-the-table meeting that you're having, and of course, other things that you're involved in. So let's get into it. Tell us about the round-table meeting. What's it all about?
Great. So this national roundtable discussion we're having, and we meaning Campeche International Consultants, which is an independent consulting organization that I'm the founder of and chief strategist.
I like the name Campeche.
Yes. And as you mentioned it, if I may say so, the name Campeche is very deliberate. If you're very familiar with the ins and outs of Grenada, Campeche is a village in St. John, in fact, in the Blackbay area, which goes up to an area called Paw Park now. So you get into Blackbay and you go up that side. And I was born in that village. I was born in Campeche. And the name is given because if you're familiar with the Campeche tree, it's used to be filled with tough, hard, steady, and so on, right? It's
almost unbreakable.
It's an unbreakable wood tree, right? Yeah. So when I decided to venture into the consulting business, I thought, let me pay homage to my place of birth, to my family, to the community that gave birth to me. Later on, we moved from Campeche to Concord, a back street in Concord, which is not too far away. But my grounding, my belly, the navel string is buried in Campeche.
Right.
And therefore, so over the years, the last 5 years, as part of public service, as part of public education, we have been holding what we call public discourse. We did on the nutmeg industry some years ago. We looked at the proposed merger at the time between cocoa and nutmeg associations. So this is part of our continuing effort to bring sober, objective, fact-finding information to the public, to help educate the Grenadian public and the international community, certainly in today's world. So this is what Campeche is about. So we have collaborated with the Media Workers Association. I met with Ms. Calista Faria, and we are collaborating on this effort, especially in the context of the Media Week. We thought it's very important for us to spread the word. And also, a third partner in this operation is Island Market Intelligence. This is another consulting firm that specializes in marketing. That is led by Mr. Jude Bernard. He's one of those persons.
Good friend of mine.
Right, good. So we have come together to provide this very important forum. The first group of persons we're targeting, if I may, is media workers, because we felt it was necessary to help inform media workers so that when they are carrying the news on the war, that we can bring them to then, and then certainly we have intelligence marketing. So what are we going to be focusing on? We are going to, the roundtable is on looking at the likely impact of the U.S.-Israel war on Iran and how that is likely to affect the Grenadian economy.
Well, it's already affecting us, but
absolutely
the long-term, medium and long-term impacts.
Impacts, right? So these things need to be diluted into the society, need to be discussed. We need to bring information to persons so that when the impact is being to be felt, people understand very much where it's coming from. But most important, or equally important, is how do we react? How do we respond? What should be the policy response from, for example, government on this matter, but also as citizens? And that's why we have in this public discourse. We're going to the citizenry so that people understands it and is able to plan their response. Because this war, which is the fifth of many oil wars, what I call oil wars, and I've done some work on this, and I would not distill much here. I want people to come to the round table.
Yes, come let's talk.
Yes, come let's talk. Come let's talk about it, and we have some great presenters lined up. So if I may just indicate the date,
please,
and location. So it's going to be on Thursday.
That's
this Thursday coming. Okay. That's going to be the 18th. The 18th of June, and it's going to be held at the National Stadium, the Cricket Pavilion Conference Room. So remember that it's going to be at the National Stadium, the Cricket Pavilion Conference Room.
What time?
And it starts at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And 6 p.m. Now I want people to also be aware that it's limited spacing that we have, and therefore we're asking persons to call in to confirm their attendance so that they can be catered for.
What's the contact?
Right. The contact is 415-4224. 415-4224. And that's also a WhatsApp number.
Okay, so they can WhatsApp.
WhatsApp as well. So that is really, really important that persons do that. And if I may, in the interest of time, just proceed to talk a little bit about the speakers, presenters.
Yes, please.
Right? So Mr. Jude Bernard is going to be the moderator. He's going to moderate this session. We may also have a moderator from the media side, but certainly he is moderator. We also expecting to have Honorable Lennox Andrews, who is the Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Agriculture, Lands, Cooperatives, the Blue Economy. A very long portfolio. A very long portfolio, a very heavy one.
And for a man so minute, yes. He's not big like me,
but he has height. Yeah. And I'm sure he can certainly take that on.
Morning to us.
We are expecting Minister Honorable Lennox Andrews to be there. We're also expecting another esteemed gentleman from Grenada, one well-rooted in the financial sector and certainly within the economy of Grenada, Mr. Richard Duncan, right?
Okay.
Who is former CEO of the Grenada Cooperative Bank and who continues to provide good leadership in the economic sector of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. We're also expecting to have from the Caribbean Development Bank, we have Dr. Small. The Caribbean Development Bank has just completed an analysis of the likely consequences of the war on the Caribbean economy. So we want to put that in context as well. So we are expecting Dr. Small to be there, and therefore he will extrapolate, and he will discuss, and he will present some of the fundamental ground-moving findings of that work that was done by the Caribbean Development Bank. Very solid work. We're also going to have with us Mr. Colin Francis. Colin is the CEO of the Sol Oil Company, but also he's the president of the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce. So we also bring in that business side and someone that is in the line of fire, because we know that this is another oil war that's going on.
But it has already impacted.
It's already impacted. So it's important. So this is a lineup, and certainly I will be there. I will set the stage in terms of looking at the other wars and just broadly what are some of the consequences we felt. Right? What happened from 1979 with the Iran Revolution, how that impacted, how many billions of oil was taken away from the market, and what happened. And this topic is very important, and very critical that we pay attention to it, because it's not just the oil at the gas pump we are talking about. We are talking about hundreds of products that are made from the oil, from Vicks. Vaseline,
yes.
Right? Motor vehicles,
yes.
Right? So fertilizer. So this war has a way it basically intrudes into almost every aspect of our life. Plastics and it intrudes into it, and what are the consequences? And normally we think about it only in the context of the price of gas, cooking gas, but fertilizer comes through that trace as well. It's going to be affected, and if that is affected, agriculture is
food security,
and it's absolutely you understand the drift, and therefore these are some of the things that we want to put into the public space. We want to discuss it. We want to get feedback from the public. So it's an information exchange that we're going to be having, really. And we are really hoping that persons turn out. It's limited spacing. It's limited spacing. So
the number again, 415-4224?
Absolutely. You got that right.
Yeah, 415. Yes. Please call. You can WhatsApp your reservation as well. So as
absolutely.
I am happy that you have taken an initiative of that nature. In essence, if the public is in the know, right, it's not going to take them by surprise. So they can mentally and otherwise prepare for the repercussions of the oil war that we're facing.
Absolutely. And this is one of the main reasons for us selecting that topic for this year, to really look at events globally and what are likely to be the consequences of it. But also by doing that as well is to bring the population and listeners, viewers, and ourselves, because you have to do research for those things, to really understand the vulnerability, to use that word, of the Grenadian economy. The shocks outside, how these external shocks can impact on our very livelihood, how it can impact on our jobs, job security, food security, cost of living. And when we talk about food security these days, we are not just talking about availability and access to food.
The cost
of food, right? And what are the implications? Is this going to be another shock that say to us as Grenadians, let's get into farming, let's do some backyard gardening, let us farm as much as we can. A lot of the lands that are now growing in
woods,
right?
And we're not necessarily into the lumber industry. We're not producing boards, so why are we growing so many? Well, trees are fundamental for the environment and so forth. So we wouldn't go about cutting down trees and gay abandon, but we plant trees that we can use that are beneficial more. Let me just drift the conversation slightly. Now, I look at it this way. The war that is happening in the oil war that is currently going on, and in addition to that, we're noticing the so-called first world countries, the USA, and I just read it in the news this morning, Ireland is now imposing visa restrictions on St. Lucia and St. Kitts and the Nevis residents because they are looking at the citizenship by investment program. So it's getting a little more difficult for people from this region to migrate to the big. So couldn't this be a wake-up call that the region come together now and create that sort of harmony where maybe it doesn't require us to go out there anymore?
Right. Very important question raised. But what you have raised is not just a question. You raise a fundamental issue that goes to the heart of the survival of Caribbean people. It goes to the very heart of answering the question of how do we survive? Yeah. What future are we going to build as a people? What region do we want to have? And this is why Dr. Small's presentation will be so important for people to listen, because this Caribbean Development Bank has taken a regional look at these scenarios and raises questions and offer some policy perspective and outlooks as to what can be done. But with all these things happening, it's a wake-up call for our people to really look inwardly to a large extent and ask what can we do as a people? Yeah. How can we enhance our own survivability and so on? That is not to say we are going to be isolationists. We cannot be. Yeah. A small country, a small independent country, we depend on the outside world. And that's why open trade is important for us. That's why the ability for people to travel across the globe is so important and so useful for us as a people. So you're right, and I look forward to that topic being explored, and I hope you are there to raise this very issue. I hope you're going to be there to raise this very issue. Yes, on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock.
I definitely will make every attempt to be there. Yeah.
Yes. And if you may, I know we are about on time. If I may just pivot into the second issue.
Second issue, yes.
Right, which is so listeners, viewers, everyone, thanks for your listening here on the first issue, which looks at the National Roundtable, where we look at the likely impact of the U.S.-Israel war on Iran and how it's likely to affect Grenada and certainly the Caribbean. I now want to provide some information really regarding the second issue, and that's my second hat for the morning, which is the Rural Development Unit is embarking on two major projects starting in St. David's. We have some other projects around the country, but we are about to start in St. David's. And one of the hallmarks, one of the brands that the Rural Development Unit exhibits, demonstrates, is that we do not do anything in communities without consultation, without having stakeholder engagement. First, in the development, identification of projects, we meet with the community, as we have done years ago in St. David's, and identify two projects, and I'm going to talk about them in a while. And secondly, we have ongoing consultations. So we're at this stage now where these two projects are about to start. They should start early July. The contractor is already recruited. It's there. The two projects that we are looking at are one in Badia. Badia is a small area but a high farming area, high productive area. There is that bridge that goes over from one end, of course, to the next into lovely farming community, and that's been on the books for a while to get repaired. We are really thankful now, with support from the Caribbean Development Bank and the government of Grenada, we are starting this project. The other project is in Rukin Road. That road does go right down to the seaside. Right. And again, there are a number of farmers in that area, a road that's been on the table for quite a while to be done. So we are happy to announce that this road is about to be done. But before we do it, we are again going back to the people. We're going back to the farmers and the residents in the community in a stakeholder meeting today. It's going to be held at the Southern Agricultural District Office, which is located in Las Vegas. I think the People's Republic of China has a compound there. Yeah. The office is within there. So we are inviting one and all, from the Rukin area, from the Badia area, and interested persons from St. David to attend this consultation.
What time does it start?
It starts at 5 o'clock. Okay. Right? So we're expecting persons to be there. And we have been doing some work before. We have had extension officers going door to door, knocking doors, distributing flyers and so on, informing the population, the residents of the meeting. The second one we're going to be having, and that's the Rural Development Unit again. We're going to be having one in the St. Patrick area, in River Sally Community Center, because we are going to be starting another road project up there, Farmer Road, in Shambo. in the Shambo area. And again, we are consulting with the people. Again, we have consulted with them before. We have had ongoing small meetings. In fact, up to about 2 weeks ago, we had a consultation there, and before 2 weeks ago, about a month ago. So we consult people. So anywhere the rural development unit is, consultation is the hallmark. So for example, under the UK SAFE project, which now is implementing from Concord down to the south of the island, we are part of the implementers of that project, the social component. And in Concord area, we have over 50 farmers have benefited from the work of the Rural Development Unit and through the UK SAFE project. We had had consultations with them. We have provided them with cash transfers of money, and we have provided them with plants. A wide cross number of plants and we're ranging from coconut plants, right, to sweet potato slips.
Not the white potato, right? The white potato too?
No, we do not have white potato on the table. But it's a good initiative for farmers. I mean, we import millions of dollars of white potatoes per year. So while we promote our local stuff, we must also look at some import substitution and see what we are importing in high value by millions of dollars that we can also, provide an economic benefit for persons, while at the same time, providing for our palate.
Yes.
Right? So yeah.
While on this, maybe you might not be the right, the most fitting person, but the piloting of that project with the white potatoes, it seemed to have yielded good fruits.
Well, if you may be right. I'm not the right person to detail it, but I'll make this comment on it because the Rural Development Unit has in fact put out a press statement some time ago because we're into rural development, we're into farmers, we're into ensuring that we just do not produce stuff, produce food, but that farmers make a living out of it.
Right.
And we look for business opportunities. So if there is an area in which there are high imports of different types of foods, and the Grenadian farmer can invest in it and capture part of that market, why shouldn't we? Same thing as poultry. We import over $14 million worth of poultry every year. And this is why poultry farmers are into poultry, because there is money to be made. So similarly, in my humble opinion, if there is any item that we're importing in which we can grow here,
why not?
Why not do it?
Why not?
Right? Yeah. So I think it's a good, and I hope that the Ministry of Agriculture and that certainly the Rural Development Unit as well will be able to explore more opportunities for growing food that we consume. Grow what we eat, eat what we grow. All right? So I think it's important for us to do that. And this is why, again, in the River Sally in Shambo, we are going to be constructing this road. And later on, we are going to put in an irrigation system so that the farmers up there can benefit.
That has always been one of the burning issue. The unavailability of water.
Yes, it's a main problem. But we have made significant strides in that regard. We have secured the funding for that project. There is something already on the ground. There was a previous attempt to bring irrigation into that area. We're going to be proceeding. We're going to be building on what already exists, refining, refurbishing, bringing in new water tanks, and so to serve the area so that we can produce more food. I mean, that area is, when I look at it, I see peas, corn,
sweet
potatoes in mass.
Even manioc.
Yes. Right?
Yes.
You know the area. The area. That's and the livestock. It's an area also that has good mixed farming
and everything.
Right? So, and again, we are consulting with persons in the area, persons are going to be affected, the stakeholders, persons who will be affected by these projects and are affected by these projects. We are consulting with them continuously to ensure that these projects take place in a harmonious way. It's what the people want. It's not what we want or we like to bring to the people.
What they want.
What they want.
Yeah, make them part and parcel of it. Then it's easier to get it executed. I like this approach in the sense that Grenada can be mapped, mapped in such a way that, for example, we talk about rural development, these areas up there with the livestock, River Sally and so forth, livestock and the crops that we mentioned. You look at Birch Grove, Chantilly, Monlong, Closure. We know up there you're getting your bananas and your dasheen and the nutmegs and so forth. So if we can sectionize, and control the production, so we know at any given time Grenada consumes 10,000 pounds of tomatoes per month. We have the farmers do that, so then we don't have this. Sometimes you can't buy a pound of tomatoes, and sometimes you get it 3 for 10.
Yes, and that raises another question. Probably the next round table we have will be on agriculture, but it raises this question: how we farm?
Yeah,
the technology is now available to us that we can engage in 365-day farming to produce tomatoes and watermelons and so on. In other words, to shift the seasonality of those products. We have a greenhouse, we have shade houses, we have aquaponics, we have hydroponics, we have a whole lot of those things. So what it requires at this point is for agencies like the Rural Development Unit, which is what we are doing, the Ministry of Agriculture, and so on, for us to get together, as we are doing again, to pivot into the technologies, the agricultural technologies that will allow us to produce food, good quality food for our people over time. Grenada is a high consuming population of food everywhere. But when you look at what we are importing, many of the things can be produced. Yeah. The seasonality to which you refer, the 3 for 10 versus 1 for 15 when it happens, we can
control that.
That can be
controlled. It should be structured. When I was attached to the Department of Cooperatives, right, I always push this thing that the Ministry of Agriculture should have a structure in place so that any given time you can say, okay, Grenada, you see, just as we put a numeric data thing to our chicken, we know we consume about $14 million worth of chicken a year. Right. So we should know what is our consumption pattern for tomatoes, green bananas, the yams, whatever, so that when we plant and zoning it, so we know, okay, watermelons and so forth, they're good up that side, River Sally, River Antwine, and I mean it would be other places, but the soil type and everything like that. So we have farmers zoned, so we know that, hey, we're getting our melons from there. We know how much we consume, so we produce accordingly, so that we don't have wastages and all this sort of thing where farmers would tell you, okay, the cost of production is the same, but the market is glutted, so we have to drop our prices so we maintain our prices. You understand?
Yeah. No, I certainly, again, I concur with that view, and you are in line with the thinking that is unfolding these days, because, in fact, there is a project ongoing now, if it hasn't started as yet, should start soon, in which the government, with an external agency, they are looking at farm wastage, the wastage that takes place from the farm. What among that wastage? Can we quantify it? Can we identify the products? And I suppose the reason for doing it is not just for the love of doing that kind of work.
Not collecting waste.
Yes,
not just for
it's
that.
Not for collecting waste.
But
it's for policy. Yeah. What will be the impact on policy going forward? And to your point, you're making a very strong point here, which is the issue of zoning. How can we specialize in certain products, in certain geographic areas? Because as small as Grenada is, it lends itself to certain things. Yeah. As you rightfully point out, let's stick to the 2 years that we are talking about, the Shambo, River Sally area, right? St. David's. Yeah. There are parts of St. David's that are high growth area for things like cocoa. Some of the best quality cocoa, I understand, come from St. David's, right? Birch Grove, right? You're looking at things like, I mean, I've seen cabbages and planting.
Yeah, because of the climatic conditions.
Climatic condition varies, right? As small as we are, climatic condition varies. And one of the things that the Rural Development Unit will be doing in projects that will be launched later on this year is to look at this mapping area, to be able to provide weather information to specific areas. The technology is there that you can say to persons in Cluj, for example, the weather will be this today, and tomorrow it will be X, Y, and Z. So you're delivering on time information to farmers to help them better plan
and get the farmers up to speed.
They have
a more scientific approach to
Absolutely. So I recognize that this is your passion and we'll talk about it, but in ending, if I may just remind our listeners and viewers again of the National Roundtable that takes place on Thursday the 18th at 6 p.m. at the National Stadium Cricket Pavilion Conference Room. The topic is the likely impact of the U.S.-Israel war on Iran. We have a lineup of excellent speakers to be there. We have the Caribbean Development Bank, Dr. Small. We have Mr. Richard Duncan, an expert in finance and economic development issues. We have Mr. Colin Francis from Seoul and from the Chamber of Commerce, as President of the Chamber of Commerce. And certainly we have Jude Bernard, who is moderator, but also in his own way he has some stuff, and certainly myself will be present to provide the outlay of the lay of the land sort of thing, so that we can have a really fruitful conversation, a very deep conversation on how things are likely to impact, and hopefully we'll have absolute confirmation from the Minister of Economic Affairs, Minister Lennox Andrews. We hope he is there to provide a sort of response to what government is doing, has done, and will be doing to help cushion these external shocks. I think that's important.
Well, Dr. Fletcher, I want to thank you for sharing with us this morning, and hey, visit us a little more often, man. I enjoyed having that discussion with you.
Thank you very much, and thank your listeners and viewers.
It would be my pleasure to do some more highlighting of the work of the Rural Development Unit.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we tend to think that everything happens to the south, but a lot is happening up north and throughout the rural communities. More emphasis should be placed there, and I think that we're seeing that happening now. On behalf of the people from St. David, I say thank you for those bridges that are being built in Badia and in Rukain. I know how much the farmers in those areas will appreciate that, because accessibility to their lands and so forth have been problematic. Sometimes it impact their production because getting the products out. On behalf of the people of St. David, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Welcome. St. David's, see you this evening.
Yes.
At 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock at the Las Vegas Agriculture Extension office.
Yes.
Good morning, Chinese, and not the Chinese, but my friend Chinese that is in charge of the Predial Larceny Task Force there.
Great.
They will be there, and the Extension Office team. Good morning. And this is where we conclude the conversation this morning. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Fletcher, for dropping by. And as I said, I want you to visit me a little more frequently.
The pleasure will be ours.
Let's disseminate the information of the work that is being done.
Great.
Folks, that's it for the conversation. Thanks for your patience and for bearing with us for the extended version. We take a commercial break. When we get back, we've got some new local music to drop on you. Bye for now.